Welcome to the Guild Boss 5 interface. Welcome back to another Bit Legends video. I will do my best to make this video short and or front load all the important information to the front of the video. So this is the Guild Boss number 5 interface. We're going to go all the way out to the guild page, and we'll slowly walk our way in. As you can see, loot is dropping. This is the Guild Boss, Guild Boss 4 loot change. Now it drops at least 3 set items. It actually has a chance to drop 4 pieces, but we haven't seen it yet, so it's probably a small percent chance, but oh my goodness, could you possibly imagine doing all this Guild Boss and just having nothing but mythics? Because this is what it looked like before the change. This is all the loot from Guild Boss 1, 2, and 3, and Guild Boss 4 was dropping the same thing. So the change was really a saving grace. We were getting like 1 piece every other week. It was really, really bad for the amount of effort put in, and now things are looking good. Towards the end of the video, depending on how long things are, I'll chat about how I do loot council and things like that might help some other guilds in similar situations on how they want to do their thing. But let's stay focused. Let's talk about some guild bosses. Quick little thing. So once you kill Guild Boss 4, each week, you have to do this each week. That might change, but as of right now, it's each week. You'll get this little interface popping up. If you touch on the orange one, it's going to bring you back to the interface. Like I said, you have to kill Guild Boss 4 the first time, and then it unlocks the interface so you can see Guild Boss 5. I've actually put in some feedback for them to change that because I am concerned. Let's say you're in a guild, you kill Guild Boss 4 on the last day or the day before the last day. That doesn't really give your entire guild a lot of time to sign up, set their roster, and have time to attack. And the devs agree with that, and so hopefully things will be a little bit different in the future, and if they do make that update, I'll probably do a video or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out if it's worth doing a video about. So hopefully you guys won't have to deal with that. Obviously Guild Boss 5 came out last week, so we only had 1 day before the reset, and I know not all of my guild were able to get a swing at it, but we got it down to 80%. I think we had probably a decently high enough participation, but we didn't have everybody have enough time to sign up. But anyway, so like I said, you kill Guild Boss 4, it unlocks it. As of now, I'm pushing for them to make the interface available all the time, and for them to re-sign people up and save your old roster. That way you can change things, but I don't understand that there's any benefit of signing up every week. I believe the intention there was for people to feel like they have a little bit more, that they're not just like someone using their character like a bot, that they had a little bit more participation in it, I guess. But you're using your character, you're using your teams, and so I feel like that kind of does it. But anyways, whatever. So when your guild kills Guild Boss 4, you'll be able to get to this interface by clicking on that blue button back there, and people will just fill in here randomly. As of right now, it resets every week, but like I said, I'm going to push them to save the old roster so that you can change things, but you don't have to do it all from scratch. And here we go. I'll show moving some people around real quick as my guild fills up. There is one issue right now that should be fixed by next week. And actually, let me pull up my guild roster here to get everybody in order. But anywho, so people fill in here randomly, and so I'll show you how to move people around. This top team is actually the team that I want, and it doesn't really matter too much based on where I put these guys based on the Guild Boss fight composition. I won't show the fight in this one, but let's say I want Notlock in the last slot. Right now he's number 4 at the top, and Gibby is in the last slot. So let's say I want to switch Not and I want to switch Gibby. I will have to click on Not. I'll have to put him down in a team that has space. If you try to move someone to a team that doesn't have space, nothing will happen, and I'll show that in a second. I'm going to move Not back up to 1. Now, as you can see, Not is now in the last slot. Reason why I put Not in the last slot, because he has the most stamina unless he has changed his build. Yeah, he's got a healthy amount of stamina there. Also, he's wearing the sword, and typically we use the sword for all of the healing, and we use the Raid 8 gun for most of the damage. It's nice that the Raid 8 gun has a heal on it in case something weird happens, but the sword, one sword on your team can really do everything. I'm not going to show everybody's gear and everybody's build, and people will change this slightly depending on when I unlock the boss, but I'm just showing you pets. Initially, we thought we were going to need 2 healing pets per team. I think 1 healing pet. It used to be called Jingle, now it's called Chime. 1 chime per team, honestly, I think is plenty. It might even be a little bit overkill, but I think it just makes things a little bit more safe. So this is like, for me, this is an ideal team. You have 1 saber, you have 1 chime, you're good to go. Notlock's damage will show lower than you would expect because it's not going to count all the healing that he's doing, but he's still going to have awesome output, and because of Notlock, all my other guys are going to be able to do a ton of damage. You do want your tank in the front. However, when you jump into the battle, and I showed that in the last Guild Boss 5 video, and I'll do another video on that in the future that's a little bit shorter and more concise, you can the person, before they accept the team, they can move their team all they want. They can move their team around, no problem, so don't really worry about that too much. But it is nice to put your tank in the front. That way people are not worrying about it too much. But anyway, so there's my other boys. I'll probably, before I accept this, I'll probably end up looking at pets and doing whatnot, but I think 1 jingle per team is plenty. It is not difficult to tank this fight at all. One of our DPS boys is taking one for the team and actually swapping over and wearing some tank stuff just because he had it. And so that's how we're tanking our 6th slot. This is team 4. And so on. We are on track to kill Guild Boss 4 3 times this week, and my goal on Guild Boss 5 is to get it down to at least 60%. Because remember, when you get Guild Boss 5 to 60%, it drops a piece of loot. When you get it to 30%, it drops a piece of loot, and if you kill it, it drops 4 more pieces of loot, which is 6 pieces total. And I don't know if they have confirmed it, if that's going to be all set pieces or a combination of set pieces and the new item. Let's click on the chest over here under the boss. Of course, we have the new DPS axe weapon pieces in here as well. So yeah, based on the drop table here, this answers the question. It's going to be a set piece and or it's going to be these materials. We don't have any word on what the skills are of that weapon, but if you want to see the weapon, you can look in the crafting tab and you can see the bonuses on it. But there you go, you move stuff around. I mentioned there was one problem that's probably gonna be fixed before anybody else has to deal with this. And right now you'll notice that there are no extra slots. So right now I'm missing 3 people from my team to sign up here. And if everybody was signed up at the same time, I would not be able to move my teams at all. Does that make sense? Because you need to move someone to an empty team or a team that has slots to have any movement. So for example, let's say the guy on Rage Cobbs is in the, he is in the 4th slot of, what is it, he's in the 5th slot of team 4. I'm gonna try to move him to team 5. Nothing happens because team 5 doesn't have space, so I can't do that. But I'm gonna move him down to team 6. And let's see, so we've got Rage on there. As you can see, I'm missing a couple people, so let's actually do some moves in here if I need to move anybody. Gats is in the right spot. Blue is in the right spot. And then who is this? Colby. He's gonna go down. Okay, so we are missing, and I got Gibby now. So I'll actually do my housekeeping right here, right now. So we got Colby. All right, so we're only missing 3 people. Obviously they've been contacted. Bum, bum, bum. So there we go. Now, as you can see, Team 6 does not have their tank yet. So this week, like I said, it hasn't been fixed yet. This week, it could potentially be a small problem if the tank for Team 6 is the very last person in the entire raid to sign up. I will not be able to put him in the front of Team 6. Also, and that wouldn't be the worst thing. Actually, the worst thing would happen is if the tank that's supposed to be on team 6, if he signs up for team 4 and then the last 2 slots fill up, I will not be able to move him down. So like I said, there's a fix coming from this. It should happen next week. They're going to put in an extra little slot, like a team 7 slot. That way you can move things around and whatnot. So hopefully they're working with it and figuring out a way that's not going to make it mess up. Maybe they'll put the team 7 slot there, and if you try to start it, it'll say that it won't work or something like that. You have to think about all the potential bugs anytime you do any sort of change. But anyways, so that's a little thing to watch out for that. If you really want, if anybody's trying this week, you might want to have somebody specifically stay out of the raid. Or actually, as the guild leader, you could stay out of the raid, and I could have not signed up. That's what I could have done. I could have not signed up. I could have moved everybody else, and then I could have put myself in last, but it would still put me at the end of my team, and I'm a tank, so that's a little bit of pain in the butt. Anyways, you get it. So that'll probably be fixed before you have to deal with it. Once everybody has signed up, in the bottom left corner, you'll click End Sign Up, and that means no one else can sign up. So if anybody missed it, they were gone, they've been MIA, they haven't responded, they will not be able to sign up that week. They can get it next week, of course, but everything will be locked because the first phase is sign up, the second phase is end sign up, and then you can actually start attacking. And when people attack, they're going to use this team. So for example, I'm the big red guy in team 1. I'm going to use team 1 for all my battles, and everybody in team 1 is going to use that team. And then the guys in team 2 will use team 2, and the guys in team 3 will use team 3, and so on and so forth. The last thing to talk about here is the delegate button. So let's say you're the raid leader. You're the guild leader, and you're very busy, or you don't want to do the rosters, or you want to assign someone in your guild to do the rosters. You can actually click on delegate, and you can do that. I actually don't want to click it because there's no way to undo this. Maybe refresh does. No, probably not. But anyways, I'm actually not going to click this interface because if I clicked delegate right now, let's say I clicked delegate Bashir, it would give him all of these permissions. There is no way for me to take it back. So if I accidentally click the wrong person and they're out of town for 3 days or something like that, good luck, because only they can start the raid. And I've given some feedback on this. This might possibly change, but that's all I'm going to mess with it for now. So I would say don't mess with it. Don't do it. You might accidentally click the wrong guy, and then they don't get the memo, and then they forget to start the raid. Let's just use this video to avoid all of those potential hiccups that could happen. But in the future, these little things will be fixed. That's what I'm looking for as I put feedback together. But there you go. So look forward to a new Guild Boss 5 video. We're figuring out when I want to do when I want to set it per week. The longer we wait, the more chance people have for upgrades, and we're actually getting best in slot set pieces now. So we are actually getting decent upgrades every week. So the longer we wait, the stronger we are. However, the longer we wait, the less time my people have to attack. So I'll keep you posted as we do that. In the future, probably when I'm banging around and fighting Guild Boss 5, I will probably start chatting about how I do loot council and things like that, but I'll do that in a separate video. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.